What is happening, YouTube community? David back here in Sam's house with some more Satisfactory gameplay. We're going back into our fun factory, where last time, if you'll remember, we started our iron line. While I was off camera, I went out and grabbed one more hard drive. It's been researching. I want to see if a little interesting fact happened with it. So, at least originally, it was that if you saved the game before you looked at the hard drive, if you didn't like what was on it, you could exit out of the game and come back in. I just did that with this hard drive that I've currently been researching. I'm trying to get a better reinforced iron plate recipe. So if it works... Oh, I also got the rebar gun. If this works, I should have different recipes than I had last time. It did work. I don't like either of those, so we're going to just... reload it. And come back in. Because we can do this a couple times around and see here if we can't force it. I knew that that worked because I didn't have the inflated pocket dimension option last time. That's just generic. It doesn't have another recipe that it wants to put in there. So we'll do this a few times. See here. See how it's different this time? I know this isn't exactly the best way to start it off, but I want you guys to be able to see this as well. Because I'm reloading from the same save point, it's never going to autosave over it as well, which is big. Okay, come on, give me the reinforced plate recipe. Either the stitched plate or the reinforced plate. I don't care which one, something that gets me. Boom. Reinforced iron plate alternate blueprint. Beautiful. Having that active, just so you are aware, will cut down the number of screws that I will require from 1,280 to 426 with the other blueprints that I've got. Which means I can drop down to only needing 3 total iron miners going into my base. I still need 3 copper mines as well. Actually, wait, if I overclock my copper as well. Because I have 2 pure copper nodes, but what happens if I overclock these? Total with that overclock. Okay, so with that overclock, we actually only need 1 miner on copper. We need to do it over here. I think I already set this up for that. Yeah. Because my iron line doesn't require anything. This graph isn't quite the best because it doesn't let you manually choose each node type. So I can't be like, I'm going to have my one pure limestone node as overclocked, but the normal one's is normal or whatever. So it's not quite the best. It also doesn't let me decide which kind of miners I want to put on each one, only basically what we've got going on here. Doing that saves me, brings me down to only 7k power. Okay. So we're good there now. We're going to start this alien organs research. Because that lets me get the alien organs inhaler, which is much more useful for me than the one that I currently have. Steam captain's in the background. She's telling me that I can place a new unit. Mercer sphere. Oops, did not mean to put the fuel away. Take back out the fuel. We'll put away the other stuff that I don't actively need right now. No, we'll hold out computers in case I decide to go exploring. Okay. So, we have all the smelters we will need we actually have more smelters than we'll need now for iron ingots. Because with that alternate blue plate recipe, which reminds me I need to send that up into space. Which isn't really sending it up into space, it's just playing around with it down here. It says launch pod, but it's not really launching anywhere. Okay. So, we can now make the alternate iron plate, which ultimately saves us a lot of ingots and screws per minute. Which means we're way overpowered now on our factory up there, but that's fine. It means we have room for more expansion if I decide I want to do more. More. Okay. So we're going to come back over here now. Go back up to the top. After we grab some more concrete. So that's the really great thing about this is my World Eater base right here means that I don't have to worry. Like, I can bring in the majority of the resources I need to get my main production line started. I'm not building a lot per minute, but I am building some per minute. But I'll be able to bring in more as well. And then I can just, for example, bring a platform up over this. I'll probably do walls up to the top there. And basically just wall it back and forth. Do triple wall, or double walls, because I've only got 2 outputs, right? Per, thing. I went too high up on that, okay. As I said, said in the last episode, the elevator's still not perfect. But, if I go like that, nope, still not working right. Okay, come on, man. And now we're onto our little belt up here. And you see we've got the iron line, which with that new alternate recipe is way overpowered. So what we're going to do is come down here a bit. And we'll start a copper line next. We need copper only for the supercomputers. And items. So we need 20 total smelters for the copper right now. Which is 10 per side. So we're going to come down here a little ways. I believe it was 4 across, right? Or was it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 across is my width. Because I can repeat what I did with the iron bus line right over here. 3, 4, 5. We're going to put out an extra one down there just so I'm aware of it. Now we need to make 10 smelters over here for copper. One Mark II miner, I think, should be enough to actually provide just about all that I need for this, I feel like. Now, why am I not hooking this up? Because there's things down at the base that I want to keep going on their own thing. We're going to go out. It needs 10 per side. That one, the iron line currently has 11 per side. So I need to at least get it out far enough that that works. Same. So this lines me up with the 11th one of these, which means that I'm good on that front. Up next, what we are going to do is put up the wall with the, whatchamacallit in it. We skip one, put up our double wall. Skip one, put up our single wall. These double walls are going to not be down here. None of these walls at the bottom are going to be here, because they'll mess up the, production lines. But they allow me to position this right. Okay. I believe right there should be good, and right there should be good, and then right there. Now what they should do now, whoops. I'm just making sure that my belts are all straight here from the walls. I'm going to then break them down, and we'll put up these smelters. Straight belts, straight belts, straight belts. Straight belt. Okay. No, do not break down the foundation. Okay, so now we have our first line of mergers up and splitters, which means we can use this and know that this positioning is exactly right to match what I've got up there. Okay. Now then, production. Let's go ahead and grab our smelters. We are going to need 10 per side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we come over to here. Repeat the process down this side. Flipped over, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Okay, so we're going to need more plates as well of all varieties. Because these ones at the end are going to be pushing out more stuff, for lack of a better word. Let me make sure that I didn't put this close real quickly. That I can still... You know what, I don't like that. I have a better time... God damn it, that means that I have to redo all of them though. Fuck it. We'll leave it. Okay. You don't want to redo all 10 of these. So, we are going to go ahead and grab our mergers. Walk them down the line. Have cross up here, eh? Okay. Merger's all set up. Now we'll come over here. Set up our splitters. And now we just have the T instead of the full plus sign on these because there's... Someone made me think for a second it went off. Going down the other side because I'm starting from over here, it will give me the full T again, but once we get this first one down. Actually, no, it will just give me the cross again. Oops. It won't even give me the full cross. It's going to give me... Oh yeah, it will give me a cross just on a different angle than the previous one. So I have nothing on the other side of these right now to finish making it a full plus sign. I know, I'm rambling right now. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bam. Okay. So now we go ahead, drag you all the way over. I think I need to go two more. Walls. Bada bang. Bada boom. Bada bam. Okay. And now we can just go. Where is logistics? Mark 4 lifts. Come on. Boom. 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 And boom. Alright, so now we just have to drag power lines out and then belt it all up. But as I said, I need more resources. I threw out some of the ones that I had in here. So I'll drop down, grab my resources, come back up. Boom, 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 boom. Grab a couple hundred of each plate variety. Once again, I only need the Mark IV belts for that first interval from the wall to the first splitter. After that, it drops down to Mark III belts. Okay, so we're going to grab a stack of you. Actually, 2 stacks of you. I'd probably just get some more plates as well, and maybe some more rods. And I've got plenty of wire. How much cable do I have? I've got plenty of cable. Oops. Come on, up. So yeah, I don't quite have enough concrete here, by the way. I'll need to bring in that second concrete line to truly make this efficient on my reinforced plates. But I think 2 concrete lines with Mark II miners on it should be enough, right? So I need 750 a minute. Mark II miners fully overclocked. Yeah. God, I'm going to need so many power shards, though. There we go. Nope. Still got a bit too high. That's the problem, is that, like, you don't hit the same spot on each of these, despite the fact that, you know, they're equidistant apart. I don't know. Okay. So now what we're going to do is drag a power line down to here. Just like so. Drag you through here. Like so. Stack you up on top of each of these mergers. Like so. Connect you all up. Just like so. And now our copper factory is starting to look good, right? Well, it will be once, you know, I hook everything up. And yes, I'm waiting on actually hooking everything up until we are closer to being fully ready for this. Like, I want to have the production lines ready to go where I've got all the resources coming in that I will need. And hopefully expand my power infrastructure. So a thing I realized while off camera and expanding my power infrastructure is those fuel plants down there are so freaking powerful. Like, I only have 2 refineries right now producing fuel. At 60 now. This one. Right, 30, 60, yep, so now we get the 90s. So yeah, I only have those 2 fuel factories down there, right? Or 2 fuel refineries, I should say. I am still producing enough fuel that it's still backlogging on 8 or on 10 fuel generators. Which is just stupid. Okay. So we're all hooked up on these now. Now we just need to come around our outside and start hooking these up. That's still a Mark III there, so we go Mark III there. What is that? Is that a Mark? That's now Mark II. That 2. And then we go down to Mark I. At this point, we're down to just Okay. Hopefully that's actually hooking up, right? And not just doing some stupid shit. I think it's hooking up, right? Actually, one sec. I need. So that's going to be 60. After that, so this needs to actually be a mark 2. Because we're up to the 90s here. Let's see here. So, and then from here on out, I believe it's Mark 3, right? Yeah, Mark 3 from here on out. Okay. So now the copper plant is fully hooked up minus the actual ore ingots. I'll go configure all of these now for their things. I still need to do one more smelter line for the Caterium. Then I need to do the foundry line for the steel. And that's part of why I'm letting this build up, by the way, is because I need those resources for all of this. To actually build this World Eater base and get it built right, I need the resources to have already been stockpiled somewhere else. And this will let me make 10 to 11 of everything per minute. Which will be good, because, you know, we want to get a large quantity of these products done. Yep. You are all going to be iron. And I may also wind up eventually throwing a constructor up with things like ammo for the rebar gun. Because it's cheap. It's 1 rod per 1 ammo shot. Which kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Okay. I'm going to have to look again and see how many Caterium smelters I'll need, because it is a lot of Caterium smelters needed. Like, right now I've got 1 Caterium node. I need 39 smelters. I need double the smelters, basically, for Caterium that I do copper right now. If I use that alternate recipe. What happens if I take that alternate recipe off of my alternate recipe blueprints and use the regular one? I drop down to only needing 28. Or 29 smelters total, which isn't too much. I would need all 22 of the smelters for iron that I've already got up, and I would need more copper smelters. By right now I've got 20. I would need 10 more copper smelters. So I would lose out on needing the Caterium smelters in favor of copper smelters. Which, admittedly, is still within my doability. Because as long as I have them max overclocked, I only still need the 2 copper nodes that I've got over there. Whereas Caterium nodes, I need frickin' 6 pure nodes. Which means I'm going to need 8 normal nodes, I think. Let's go to minor, Mark II normal, overclock our Caterium to 50%. We will need 5 if we can overclock all of them. 5 normal Caterium nodes. I'm not overly worried about my iron ore for this. Yeah, I don't need that many. Wait, did I take that? That recipe's still off. No, I would still need 6 without. Okay, 6 normal nodes. We can do that. It'll just take time to find them all and bring them all in. And figure out how exactly I'm building the World Eater to there. Okay, I need to expand out my concrete factory because I'm going to need hundreds of concrete for this. We can just drop down like so. Aim. Good. Because with the Quickwire computer on, we need basically 40 smelters is what I'm going to be putting up. Which, as I said, is double the production lines for the other 2. And we need to be bringing in over 1,700 Caterium per minute. Which is a lot. I'm going to need 2 freight stops basically to the Caterium node alone. To get that to work with my current belts that I can make. Because you can do 480, what is that? I don't have my phone on me because I left it in my bedroom. Okay, calculator. Calculator, calculator, calculator. So, how many belt lines will we need? 1727 divided by 480. We're going to need 4 total belt lines at this. So we need 2 freight stops dedicated to Caterium. Now, if we can get the all-clad aluminum sheet production online, we only need 1 because 780 times 2 should be enough, right? No, okay, so we still need 3 regardless. We will need 3 to 4 belt lines, period. So we're going to need a second freight station. So let's go start getting this set up down here then. So we have our first freight station, right? Vehicles. Freight platform. 2. So we can use this right now for just Caterium. We're going to need more though, so we are going to go ahead and start building out the 3rd one. Just so we have it available. We know exactly where it's going to be at. Fuck you and saying a player's in the way. I am not in the way anymore. Okay, so we have our 3 freight platforms. And basically what we'll do is we'll just send from our outputs straight on up. or not straight on up. We will go ahead and do something like this. Walls. I did that at the wrong spot, right there. You'll come to there like so. You'll come to there like so. Those are my inputs. So, on this one I don't care. So, we're going to do it just like this. And bring them straight on up. Actually, you know what I could do? This is sneaky, but it would make it look a lot neater. It's like that. Because now they're relatively straight because of how I have these positioned. Can I do this on all of them? So you're still bending a bit, but you're going to bend a bit regardless. And I could probably make it even straighter on these with the Mark 1 wall, or 3 belt walls, but... And if I truly wanted to make these straight, what I would wind up doing is, like, you put that wall up there, like so. Boom. That could work. Let's see what it looks like with the 3 belt wall on this one. I'm definitely not using the 1 belt, but I think the 3 belt gets it a little bit closer to the end. No, it just puts an extra one in the middle. Okay, so it's exactly the same, so there's no point to doing the 3 belt wall. If the 1 belt wall, you could position the opening to one side or the other, that'd be great. But yeah, just like that, then we can drag them up along the outside as needed. We can use our programmable splitters at the top, so that way only the items that we want to go down a specific line are guaranteed to go down it. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay. So, the other thing, though, that means we need to do is start thinking about how we're going to get the 4 iron nodes that we've got over here, which is more than enough. Because we only need a total of 3, actually, over this way. That's at max overclock, by the way. Max overclock, what is one producing at? Just so I can make sure I know my belts will handle it at Mark 4 at least. Because you are producing 240 per minute right now. So let's go put our power charge in here so I know what my numbers are. Because it wouldn't do me any good if the Mark II miner is incapable of keeping up with the Mark IV belts. Okay, so you produce 600 per minute. You are not capable of keeping up with Mark IV belts. So I'll need a 4th one at... Take... Oh no. Oh wait. I didn't lose you. Oof. So you produce 480 there, which is exactly, I think, what the Mark II belt can handle, right? Or Mark IV belt. Yep, okay. Okay. So we need a double overclock these, then. If I do that... Just double overclock instead of triple overclocking. That still only takes me up to needing, a total of 2.7 between all the production lines. So yeah, if I double overclock my iron nodes, we'll be fine. What about if I double overclock my... Because I know that the belts that I have right now won't handle, we're going to come back down to here and take everything just back down to 200. Okay. So, with all my things mining at that speed, because 200 is what my belts will handle, I will need 2 pure concrete nodes, which I've got, 3 pure copper nodes, which I don't have, I've only got 2, so I'll need 2 and a change. Wait, no, that's normal copper. Go up to the pures, because the pure is what's going to matter for this. Okay. So I need 2 pure copper nodes at the double overclock, 3 pure iron nodes at the double overclock, 2 pure concrete nodes, and then the normal, that's why I had it at normal, that's right. And then for coal, I will need... Why did you not go back over? Probably because machines. Coal, I will need 3 normal coal nodes at double overclock. Okay. Wait, this is still not right. Okay. Oh, nope, I need a 4th node of concrete. Wait, that's normal. Pure, okay, no, I still just need the 2 pure nodes there, but I need 4 normal coal nodes at double overclock. Okay, we need to start a spreadsheet here, I feel like. Okay. So, iron. 3 pure, 2x. Copper. 2 pure, 2x. Limestone. 2 pure, 2x. The normal nodes you could actually do triple overclock. Does that change my calculation at all for coal? Coal. If we do normal but triple overclock them because they'll be able to handle that. Takes me down to needing 3 versus 4. Okay. Coal. 3 normal, 3x. Caterium. I think we're only going to find normal nodes. I can do some math on that later on if I find else. Machines, normal overclocking. Caterium is going to actually be 3x because the belts will be able to handle it. And so I will need 6 of those. 6 normal, 3x. Oops. Okay. That gets me all of my base materials that I should need for this, right? So I've got iron, copper, limestone, coal, deuterium, oil. Oil. I forgot about that. Machines, oil, normal. Overclocking, we are going to overclock you to the max. 6 normal, 3x. So obviously for every impure node, I need to basically get 2 impures to equal 1 normal. So like that area out there where I currently have my thing, that's 2 of them right now. But that's not going to be where I do it anyway. I've got better oil resources around the map. I just have to be able to get to them. And now that I have my rebar gun, I can. Alright. Okay. How long's this video been so far? Let's come back over here and take a look at this. We're at 46 minutes. Okay. So you can see we're getting started here. We have copper and iron built over there. We have the train station built down. What I'm going to wind up doing, I think, to drag them up high enough. Because remember that each one of these belts will be maxed out. So that means that I need a belt line for each of these as well. So at one level, these empty ones can be used, right? But I'm not going to do it that way. That's lazy. Okay, no, it's not lazy. It is efficient to do it that way. To basically run these empty belt lines that I've got and use those on up. Well, as much as possible. If I do the triples, I can get in more belt lines. Right? Right. So we actually are going to do triples here. Because that gives me extra belt lines that I can drag across and in. Because I'm going to need... These ones will obviously be for deuterium and oil. I will have to be a bit careful with my oil plant. I may just do the oil processing up on the upper level because refineries are huge in terms of height. But basically what I'm planning on doing, I think, is walls. Because each one of these will take up 2 total wall spaces on its own right now. So, for example, you come to there, you come to there. So that means that I've still got 4 total wall spaces that I can use, which means that my iron nodes are now processed right. We're actually going to make Mark 4s. Because I'm going to need Mark 4s all the way up, right? So yeah, that can work. Then we go like you to you, like you to you, and then like you to you, like you to you. Okay. So I've got how many extra spaces now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, plus the 3 down there at the end that I'm not using right now. How many did I say I needed? So I need 3, 5, 6, I need 7, 10, 22 total belt lines, 6 of which are actually already taken up with these. So I need 16 belt lines total. So I'm going to need one more freight station, or 3 more freight stations. Damn. Because I'm going to need the ones for my oil as well to come in. This right now gets me my Caterium process for right now. And my iron, coal, and limestone can all come in as well. But I won't have enough for everything else. So, let's go ahead and see here. Come up onto this one. Then we're going to just build these walls on up. I need to see how tall I can actually make this. Because this is where using efficiency matters. Okay. How tall can I actually make one of these? Logistics. Mark 4 left will snap you right there. So I can go up to 50. So we're going to put that up for right now, just so that way I can see how tall we need it to go. And basically what will be nice is I can use these walls like this. Do I have enough? Probably not, but hey, let's give it a try. Oh, wait, maybe I do. That one will be... Okay. So I don't think that I can snap it right. Walls. Conveyor wall. Maybe you do snap right. Okay, so you do. So this is where I have to drop it at, right? I then have to go through and do this for all of them. Do I have enough to do another one here? So like I would have to go around here and repeat this process for all these walls. And then do it again, up and up and up until I get to my top level. But I can just go back and forth as needed. One question that I will have, though, is, let me go grab some more iron, or more concrete, I mean. Because there will be points where I want to just basically one-shot them back around. If I do it like this. You must snap to a foundation or similar. Punk. So if I do you just like that, does that allow me to turn around the ones that are facing the wrong way when it gets there? Yes, it does. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. That is what I was concerned about. So yeah, basically what I'll do is I'll feed my inputs into there. Just like that. Drag them up that wall set right there, and then over onto the upper floor, where they'll feed out into their various production lines that they're needed in. Because I'm only bringing in ores and I'm going to do all the production up there, I only really need the inputs for the ores. And then what I'll do is I'm going to basically for the ores be making just stacked lines. Iron will get its own stack, copper will get its own stack, Caterium will get its own stack. In fact, I may go up right now for the last bit of this video and show you how I'm going to do that. Because pre-planning things out is going to matter. Okay, work for me, please. Nope. Oh, man. Okay. So, we're going to come up here, for example, and right over here. Yeah, I don't know why they're suddenly so overpowered on those, but whatever. Logistics. We'll put you back onto my 0 point. Like right here, for example, we're going to start this. And we're bringing in 3 total iron lines, right? Yep, 3 total iron lines. So we just come over here like so. I'll make sure that I line it up right. That should be good. Right, that's good. It's not crooked. I don't think so. Alright. Belt's too long there. Okay, so we will set up a intermediate point right there. So we would come across like so. Now, this first one being at its lowest point, we would just go like so, and down like so. The next one, we would actually put a conveyor lift over. But because we're not actively running down this, we can do some more, we can drag these 2 lines directly down the middle until they're ready to get onto their final point. Now, the reason I'm doing it like this is because the conveyor lifts cannot go below this line. Like, they cannot go to this second one down. Bit crooked there, but whatever. And so we would just do it like that. And we can drag this as far as we need to go. But since we would only need to drag it down to the foundry line next, we're good. We can then bring these on out like so, straight across. Boom, boom, boom. Because I'm doing this above the floor where I'm actually walking, it doesn't matter if these get crisscrossed anywhere. Because my walking floor is down there. That's going to be where all my productions are happening and everything else. And then if I want to, I can actually bring both of these up onto a single stack. Like so. But what I want to do is make sure that I leave room for my 4 lines before I start doing that. So we're going to, there's my copper, there's my caterium, or there's my limestone. There is my, right, copper, limestone, coal, caterium, oil. So just like this now, we go ahead and we expand this out, and then we can drag, can't afford, okay. Then we would drag these out and say right about here, because I've got 2 lines. Oops, that's not quite right. Because I've got 2 lines out here, we'll go ahead and snag back some of these to get some more concrete backing, because we're going to need it. We'll do Mark III belts for now, just because we don't have the means. So it would come like that. Meant to do that. And like that. And boom, my iron ingots now would be on a single bus line, rather than the double that they're on right now, without any issues. And then I could turn this if I needed to and run it in a different direction. Or I could just leave it like this and bring them down as I need to. As I said, I don't care if this floor gets spaghettied, because this floor won't really be visible. The lower floors will be visible, so down there is going to be visible. And down there is going to be where I have all my all my constructors, probably just over here. And what I'll probably wind up doing is creating a point right, like here, where I drop it down, and in a line this way, run the constructor lines. Until I reach my number. And just keep repeating like that, that the constructors are going to be, let me give an example. So, I have my smelters like this. I'm going to be doing my constructors like this, I feel like. And then the input line will be on one side, will be down the middle, and then the output lines can come back up onto the belt, back in the middle, and back on up as needed. Because the input line is only going to need the one thing per each constructor line, as I need it, we can work like that. And then, because the way that splitters and mergers work, I can actually put them both upright and have everything look beautiful again. And get double line constructors, because we're going to need a lot of constructors. We need total buildings. We need 163 total constructors for this. For just the heavy modular frame production, we need 61 constructors. Which is insane, right? But by doing it like this, we can walk down our lines. We can do them nice and even. Where we've got, say, our 12 constructors for plates, our 18 ultimately constructors for concrete. Will be one extra because we need 17, but I want to keep it even. Our 6 constructors for screws, our 14 constructors for steel beams. Like, we can just keep doing this. We can walk down the line easily. We can drag the lines up on the upper floor where we need to. They will get spaghettied, but I won't care about that. So yeah, that's where we're going to be at. If you like, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. Till the next time, take care.